Okay, I'm going to start this dress, and we're using Hobby Lobby's number 10 crochet thread, and this is called Ecology, and we're going to use the number 2 needle, and we started this already. This is how that thread will start to look. It's a white and a black and a little tiny gray, but it runs into a kind of an eggnog is what they call it. So it's a little kind of a cream colored. So this is what we've done so far, six rows of single crochet. So it's very simple. It's the same top we've been doing, so we're not going to show a lot of the crocheting. We'll just put the instructions up here. And right now we're going to do, we're going to chain 1, we're going to turn, and we're going to single crochet 12 stitches across. And as you do these, you will do this row will be 12 single crochets, then 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and then 12 single crochets, and then 2 more in the same stitch, and then the last 12 single crochets. So as you do this top, it's just increasing over and over each row, and once we get this top done, and the straps on the sleeve, I think the straps will do this time, straps across this, and then we'll start doing the skirt part of the dress. So just keep doing the single crochets, increasing. We increase it and it kind of does that so it goes around the bust. And this is how it looks. And once we get a few more rows done, then we'll come back and show you the progress and get on with it. Okay, so we've done the row 6, or we stopped at 6 when we started, then we went from 7 to row 12. And this is how it is looking now. And we're going to go on to rows 13 to 18 now. So we've chained 1, and we're going to single crochet. And this row will do 18. And after this row, then we'll start doing the decrease rows. So we'll just continue on doing the same pattern, and once we get those 18 rows done, then we'll go on to the bottom part of the bodice of this dress and do that. So just keep single crocheting across. You're going to do 18 across on this row, and then you'll put 2 together in the same stitch. See how it's looking? And then you'll do 12 across here. It's always 12 in the middle, then 2 together in this stitch, and then 18, and that will take care of row 13. And 14 and 15 are decrease rows, and then row 16 through 18 is just straight single crochet. So once we get these rows done, then we'll come back and start on the bottom part of the bodice. Okay, so we're going to do this for the sleeves, and what I've done right now, I have single crocheted 9 stitches over, and let me get this. Okay, so there's 9 stitches we've single crocheted right now. Now we're going to chain 9, so we're going to do 9 chains. That's in that last stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and then you're going to skip 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. You're going to put it in the next stitch. And you're going to single crochet that stitch like that. And then you'll single crochet across the single crochet 18 more stitches. Once you get to the 18 stitches, then you will chain 9 more, and you skip 3. You come over 18, then you chain 9, and then you come over 3 stitches, skip 3, and come in that next stitch to hook it in there, single crochet it, and then come over and do the last 9 stitches. So the instructions will be up here, so you know exactly how to do that. And then after that, we're going to do row 20, I think it's 20 through 25. I'll have the rows up here. We're going to single crochet each of those rows. And once we get all of that done, we'll come back and go on to the next step. Okay, so we completed the rows up to 24 rows. And those last few rows were all single crochet rows. Then on the 25th row, we did single crochet in the back loops only, so it makes a ridge right here, like that. Makes, if you can see that ridge, and back loops only. And then the next, that was row 25. Row 26 was single crochet, another row. And then we did the shell stitch. It's just a simple little shell stitch on the top, stitch on the top, and we did that so, and we have it so it stands up and kind of makes a different top. So this is how it looks right now so far. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to finish this shell stitch. So now the instructions will all be up here. So we're going to at the beginning, we're going to start with a chain 3 turn. You skip 2 stitches, and then you put 5 double crochets in the next stitch. So that's where we're at now. So we're going to skip the 2 stitches, put yarn over, go into that stitch, and do a double crochet like that. And we're going to put 5 double crochets in this stitch, in the same stitch, to make that shell. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to skip 2 stitches again. You're going in that stitch, the next stitch, and you're going to single crochet. So that anchors down your anchors down the shell. So then you're going to skip 2 stitches again, 1, 2. You're going to double crochet again 5 times into the same stitch to make the next shell. So that's 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5. And you're going to do this and keep repeating this pattern all the way across to the end. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches, and we're going to do in the last one just a 1 double crochet, and that ends it. And then that's how it looks. And so you'll start here, chain 3, skip 2, 5 double crochets, skip 2, single crochet, which anchors the shell, and then you will skip 2 more stitches and double crochet 5 in 1 stitch. And once you get that done, then we'll come back and we'll start on the bottom part of the dress. Okay, so we're starting on the bodice now. We've turned it back to where we started chaining, and we attached the yarn. And now we are single crocheting in each of the chain stitches, which was 32 stitches. So we're going to single crochet all the way across to the end of the row and put in these 32 stitches, and then we'll do the bottom part of the dress from here. So once you get that done, just chain 1 at the end, and so that's the way it is. Just chain 1 at the end of the chain where we started the chaining, and this is the top part. Okay, so the next row we've started, and we're going to increase these rows now, the next few rows. So on this first row we did 5 single crochets, and then we single crocheted 2 in the next stitch. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you do 5 stitches, and then in the next stitch you're going to do 2 single crochets in that same stitch. Now you're going to do this all the way across this row, and then when you come to the end you'll have 2 stitches left. So you're just going to single crochet those 2. And make sure you get the end. It's always kind of hard to get this end because it's, but just always count your stitches, then you'll know if you got the right amount. So just get in there, get that last stitch, single crochet. Now these will be the increase rows, and we will do several rows. I'll put them out up here, and then we'll come back and show the progress we're doing, and each row will be up there with the amount of stitches that it has increased to. Okay, so we've done all the rows. These are all the increased rows that we've done. And right now we're going to take the backs and we're going to put them together. So on the last row that I did on the increase, I didn't do the last 4 stitches. So if you did, just take those out. And then we're going to take the backs together, and we're going to put the next single crochet. we're going to go in that stitch 4 from the end, and then we're going to go in this first stitch right here, and we're going to single crochet those together like that. And then we're going to go into the next stitch, and in the back just got to kind of find those there, single crochet, and into the next stitch, and that next stitch back there, you'll single crochet, and into the last stitch, and you single crochet these 2 layers together. Okay, so like that, and that will connect the bottom of the bodice together, and then we'll put snaps on the back up here like that. So this connects it, and we'll start working in rounds with the pattern now. So this is how it's looking. This is your top, and here's the bodice. So we'll be right back when you get that together. We're going to start the pattern, and this is called the bean stitch. So now we've put these 4 stitches together. Now we're going to go into the next stitch. Okay, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull up 2 loops, if you can see that. Then you're going to yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull another loop, and you've got 4, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, and pull up another loop, and you'll have 6 stitches on there. So you're going to pull through all 6 stitches, and you're going to chain 1, and that completes a little bean. Then you're going to skip the next stitch, okay, and you're going to go into that, insert your hook, and draw it up so it's, you know, the height of it. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull it up, yarn over, and it's a little tight, but go into the next, go into the next stitch, pull up, you've got 6, go through all 6, and chain 1. That makes another little bean. Then you're going to skip a stitch right there. You're going to go into the next stitch. You're going to draw it up to the height. You're going to yarn over, go into the same stitch, that pull up, you got 4, yarn over, go into the same stitch, and then yarn over and pull through. You'll have 6 stitches. You're going to yarn over again and pull through all 3, and you're going to chain 1. Now that's the pattern all the way around. So you're going to make these little stitches. It's called the bean stitch. Now once we get around here, then I'll come back and show you how to join this, and then we'll show you how to do the second row too. Okay, so we came to the last bean, our little bean stitch, and we completed it, and we're going to chain 1, 2 on top of that. Then we're going to go in here between these 2 bean stitches. There's a space in there, so we're going to go between those 2, and we're going to do this again. So we're going to insert our hook, drop a loop, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over and pull up again. And we do that 3 times. Same as before, draw through all 6 and complete it with a chain. So now we're going to go in again here into between these 2 beans. You're going to just go okay, so you're going to go into the drop of loops and make sure it's the same, get a height on it so your beans will be a good size. If they're crunched down, they won't look as good. So yarn over again, go in between there, and do this. Really, I think I missed that stitch. Okay, well, okay, so we've got 2 on there, so do it another time. Then yarn over and go in again. So it's 3 times, which gives you 6 loops on the hook. Draw through all 6 and do a chain. So we're going to do it one more time. Make sure you get in between, because there's a stitch in that first loop of the beans, so get in between. So going down in between that. So there's your first 2, yarn over, go in again. You've got 4, yarn over, go in again. You've got 6, draw through all 6 and complete it with a chain. So that's all there is to it. It's the same thing from now on. You're just going to go, you're not going to skip anything or do it like you did the first row, but now you're just going to go in between every one of these beans stitches in the first row. Each gap you're going to put another bean in. When you come around, you do the same thing. Come to your last in between here, this last bean, and you will put another one there, and then one here, and then you'll chain 2, and then you'll just keep going around and around, and that's how it looks. Now you can do this as long as you want, short, long, whatever you want. But anyway, this is how it looks. And we'll be right back. Okay, so here's the little skirt we did. We did 16 rows of the bean stitch. This is how it turned out. This is the top. So what I did, instead of the instructions, I did the bean, but on the back I just did it in rounds. I did not, chain the 2 at the top of the bean and then go over. I changed that right here. I did all just rounds, so go around and around and around. In other words, no joining and then chaining. Just work in rounds is all you need to do. So I'm going to fasten this off. And if you want your dress longer, you can make it longer. This time I made it a little bit shorter than I did the other dresses, but I think it turned out really cute. I like the pattern of this in the material, and I did a little shell on the top part. So this is how it turned out. Now you can make a cute hat to go with it. I've made a couple of hats on some videos. You can do the hat if you want to do. Even a purse, you could do a purse that I did in a couple of videos back. So you can finish it however you want. You could do a belt around the middle. Whatever you want to finish it with. So this is it. This is the pattern. And I hope you like the videos, and you will click the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we will you won't miss any of the other videos. We're going to do more videos, and we appreciate you watching this channel very much. Thank you.